The Winter Soldier wants to change the world, take down the bad guys who no one else would dare, and there's only one way to go about it: justice like lightning. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Thunderbolts issue number 1. The big kickoff for the brand new Lanzig and Kelly era of the Thunderbolts team. So that as we join this brand new series, we pick on up with Bucky Barnes not long after the defeat of the Outer Circle and the fall of the Shadow Capital, all that happened in Lanzig and Kelly's own Captain America series that got cut criminally short. However, I'm happy to report they're really picking up the ball and running with it. Even though Steve Captain America had managed to defeat the Outer Circle, it was up to Bucky to go around the world and clean up their agents, as well as help himself to their resources and mountains of intel along the way. It's while on this crusade to take down everyone connected to the Century Game, Bucky ends up coming face to face with Contessa, Valentina, Allegra, Fontaine. Oh hey, she's involved with the Thunderbolts in the movie, how about that? In the comics, though, she's a former Madam Hydra, who, get this, just so happened to have been supplying the Outer Circle with their super advanced technology. Only, surprise, surprise, Bucky's not actually here to kill her today, quite the opposite. He wants to hire Val to come and work for him, use her amazing technology and know-how about who the biggest, baddest players on Earth are, so that she can assist Bucky in taking them down once and for all, the kind of worst of the worst, the people who hide behind international laws. The kind of people that the authorities and even the heroes are afraid to touch. For this will be the brand new marching orders of Bucky's brand new Thunderbolts team. And I mean, hey, this isn't the first time Winter Soldier has led his own incarnation of the Thunderbolts. Only this time he's serious about making it work, and the team's first new mission takes them all the way to Argentina, where a bunch of Hydra Nazis are hiding out because Nazis love Argentina. It's here we're introduced to the next part of this brand new Thunderbolts team, and it's a face that's going to be familiar to those of you out there who read Lanzig and Kelly's last Cap run. I'm of course talking about Sharon Carter, who has since taken up the moniker and costume of the Destroyer. Her weapon of choice also just so happens to be a baseball bat made up of those Neganite shards, again also from that last Captain America run. Now that our team has officially become a trio, though, you might be wondering to yourself, who's the first victim on this brand new Thunderbolts list? Who are they going after? Who could possibly be so bad they need to be taken out quietly and with extreme prejudice? Well, none other than the freaking Red Skull, of course, one of the most prominent villains in the Marvel Universe, a villain who understandably Winter Soldier has a long and twisted history with, and a villain who even now spends his days as one giant propaganda machine for hate, death, and murder. By which, of course, I mean he has a podcast. The new Thunderbolts team get ready to covertly invade Castle Skull. Because again, Nazis love creepy gothic castles. It's during this battle Val ends up taking a bullet and we realize she's not human at all. Hell, she's not even the original Val. She's an advanced robot with the Contessa's mind uploaded into her, the real Contessa apparently having died in a Russian gulag 8 years ago. Well, I guess that's a good way to morally sidestep a lot of the worst stuff that the character has done, huh, and still allow us to enjoy her as a member of this new team? Good idea. The Thunderbolts fight their way deeper and deeper into the Red Skull's inner sanctum, coming face to face with his most elite honor guard as well as a big giant crimson red hologram. For a second there, it seems like Robo Val might already have screwed over the team, but in reality this isn't a trap for the good guys, it's a trap for the bad guys, as we're introduced to the 5th member of our team. He's a shield wielder, he's patriotic, he's not Captain America though, he's Red Guardian. Hey, how about that? He's gonna be in the new movie too, and he's sure to name drop White Widow Yelena as the person who actually hooked him up with Val. You might also be asking yourself, why is someone like Red Guardian willing to help all of these Americans? Well, the answer is actually quite clever and uses a lot of Captain America continuity. You'll remember that the Red Skull isn't just the Red Skull these days. Since the Ta-Nehisi Coates era, he's actually been walking around and sharing the body of Alexander Lukin, an evil, ultra-powerful Russian oligarch who was also involved in the original Winter Soldier story. Red Guardian hates Red Skull as well as the Lukins, feeling that their dark tentacles of fascism have been slowly sucking the life out of his beloved mother Russia for years now. When the good guys corner Schmidt, he's waiting for them and ready to launch into an oh-so-classic Red Skull villainous monologue. Don't you see, with the Outer Circle gone, all you have managed to do is clear the way for my ascension. Before showing off that Schmidt has also raided the Outer Circle's armory and is now filled to bursting with brand new high-tech death weapons. Half the team goes to fight Red Skull while Val goes out of her way to try and copy the Hydra computer systems, revealing that this mission was always two-pronged, one to kill the Red Skull, but two to also burn down everything he's ever built or touched over his ridiculously long lifespan. The fight is incredibly tough, the Red Skull never being a pushover on a good day, and now with all these brand new weapons, he's got all sorts of tricks to pull out that no one can expect. All the while, Red Skull is sure to berate Bucky, saying that all his life he's been a failure, a puppet, a pawn, be it to the American government, the army, to Steve, the Outer Circle, Lucan, even the Red Skull to some degree, and that he can sit here and say to everyone else that this is all about some high-minded mission to change the world. Deep down, Schmidt knows that this is all about bloody revenge. And honestly, there is some interesting character stuff to dig in there. Bucky was kind of denied his big showdown with the Outer Circle at the end of the Captain America book, and this does kind of seem like him looking for a big consolation prize. Ultimately, the good guys do get the upper hand thanks in no small part to Red Guardian just saying screw it and throwing Red Skull up in the air before everyone gets a chance to whoop his ass a little bit. Now again, if you're an old jaded comic book reader, you're probably thinking to yourself, what does it even matter if Bucky kills the Red Skull right now? He's just gonna come back. Villains always come back in these stories. But here's the thing, Winter Soldier is well aware of this. So much to the point he says to Schmidt that this bullet that's about to kill him won't be the final shot in their war, it will be the first shot in a brand new one. Meaning that basically, hey, I want you to come back, I want you to see what I've done to the world, to everything you've ever built or ever touched. I want you to see the ashes of your former life, and I want you to weep knowing full well that it was me and the Thunderbolts that did this to you. As the comic ends, the Thunderbolts set fire to Castle Skull and already make plans to move on out to their next mission. But here's the thing, as the comic comes to an end, we see a bunch of whirling computers come on in some secret subterranean layer where we once again hear the Red Skull's voice, only this is different. This Red Skull seems to be the original one from World War II. One who claims that the world needs to be reminded of the true terror of the Red Skull, not a mask, not a pretender, the genuine real deal article. And so that was Thunderbolts issue number 1, everybody, and man, what a pleasant surprise to get right here near the end of the comic book reading year. I had high hopes for this series, and Lanzig and Kelly most certainly delivered. If you were looking for a spiritual successor to their Captain America book, then this is most certainly it, but it's also a little more too. I really applauded that last Captain America book because I felt like it gave Bucky as the Revolutionary something to do, something important, wherein he wasn't just in Captain America's shadow or wasn't just doing Captain America light style stuff. That book sought to make Bucky a major player on the world scene, and this Thunderbolts book seems to do the same. Bucky got a taste of changing the world on a larger level, and now he wants to keep doing it, and he's bringing some other like-minded characters along for the ride. I'm also intrigued at the idea of giving the Red Skull something of a creative reboot. It feels like for the last couple years, for sadly too obvious and topical reasons, that just letting him exist in this universe as a real deal Nazi was enough. And yes, there's a lot of Thunderbolts movie synergy going on in this one too, but at the same time there's so much other stuff going on creatively, you'd be forgiven to not even notice that kind of stuff. Solid action, really cool team composition. I'm definitely interested to see where this one will go from here. Overall, I'd give it a really positive 8.5 out of 10. Here's hoping this is the Thunderbolt book that makes it longer than just a few volumes, because it feels like it's been forever since we've had one of those. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, thanking you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out my Amazon link down in the description. Yes, that's right, the Cape Joel channel officially has its own Amazon storefront now. You can pick up a comic or anything else for that matter, and if you did, you'd really be helping me and the channel. So with that out of the way everyone, I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.